What is the most embarrassing non-porn item someone could find on your computer? Google search for 13 plus 4. Early I spent a good couple minutes arguing with myself about whether 5 is indeed 35. Well, it's easy to remember. 7 is 1 more than 6. And 6 times 5 is 30. Wait, it is 30, right? Isn't it 36? No, anything with a 5 has to be a multiple of 5. Is it 35? Then what's 7 times 5? Can't you tell if something is divisible by 7 by adding the digits up? That's a thing, right? So, 35. Wait, what am I supposed to add 35 to tell if it's a multiple of 7? Do I add it to 7? 35 plus 7. What is that again? 5. 1 2 3 4 5. You add it. Is it 47? And then 47 plus 35 is. It's probably a multiple of 7. I can't count that high. So I'm just gonna say 47 is a multiple of 7 as well. Wait, which number am I supposed to be looking at again? This is me when I'm stoned trying to do math in my head. I get like 6 layers into it and it's all still making sense, and then I realize I forgot what I was originally trying to figure out. Fanfiction. Same. I'm cringing by myself to myself thinking of my horrific writings of yesteryear. I want to go back and smack myself. Poor ideas come and go, but the art of punctuation will never die. Beautiful Jane was standing there beautifully. Why oh why? That's beautiful. All the stupid crap I bought from Amazon over the last 6 months. I'm sure it's not as bad as my 24F Kawaka 42 meters seeing a vibrator in my Amazon cart. Now that was straight mortifying. You masturbate. Unheard of. Hey, gotta pass the time somehow. Write backslash 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 underscore backslash backslash underscore slash. Username checks out or whatever. Search history of words I should know the definition of but don't. My search history showing how the F do you spell restaurant 57 times. How do you spell spatula? Am I pregnant? Can you get pregnant? At least 5 downloads of the same syllabus. Per class. Per semester. 2020 class syllabus. 3, 2, 3, 1. You can't spell club without some A. Correct. But if you have any concerns, please forward it to the teacher. I don't work here. Club Penguin fanfiction from 2009. Ha. I bet many people have similar answers, but the Club Penguin aspect greatly elevates this one. I have a feeling, based on your username, that yours may or may not pertain to him. And I have a feeling, based on your username, that yours may or may not pertain to Chowder. It's pronounced Chowder. That's what I said. Chowder. Apostrophe. How do you spell soil? Soil word for fancy mud. You called? You've got a point. Soil and dirt are very different things. Soil will grow a crop. Dirt just gets in your microcomponents at the lab and ruins centuries of research. Dirt is crucial for the construction of pretty much everything. Sometimes you'll use engineered fill, but depending on what you're building you can get away with compacted dirt. Soil implies organic. In the construction field, dirt is everything else. My calculator history. 8 plus 9. Mine are always the X. What's 3x73? Who knows? It's a mystery, but my phone's got it down. The trick is to separate it and then add the results. 3x73 equals 3x70 plus 3x3 equals 210 plus 9 equals 219. I mean, we live in a world where you can just check the answer instantly, but sometimes you can impress people doing that kinda math in her head quick, so it's a nice skill to have. This is what I do. And I work as an electrician, so I often find myself having to halve or quarter the length/width of a room so I can lay out lights. And that's exactly how I do it. Obviously 150 would be easy, but if the room is 143 and 1/2 inches wide, I can say half of 100 is 50, half of 40 is 20, half of 3 is 1 and 1/2, half of 1/2 is 1/4, so it's 71 and 3/4. My resume, or haha chin up, pal. Resumes can always get better. Well, that's because it can't get any worse than that. Slash. I assure you it can. Just find the goat and hand it to them. Instructions unclear. Goat refused to eat my resume. My dream journal. Was your teacher George Lopez? Maximum. He ruined my dream journal. Linus. I did not. Mr. Electric. Send him to the principal's office and have him expelled. Dream 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 dream. Screams in nostalgia and gratefulness that people know this movie. My collection of weird photos I have of myself. This sounds great. I bet lots of people have a similar collection. Do colonoscopy pictures count? Only if you're smiling. Damn it. I don't want to delete them though. Those were my good ones. I once searched Lebanese because I was curious how this very American looking Lebanese girl I was crushing on looked compared to a more traditional Lebanese woman. Flash forward a few weeks and my friends are over. I run upstairs to grab something. Come back down. And they thought I had been jerking it to just elderly Lebanese women on Google Images. They then keep scrolling and find a search for I think my best friend might be gay. What's funny is the group wrongly guessed who I thought my best friend was. Sounds like an episode from a sitcom. It has to be Seinfeld. I can't be wrong on this. Or Larry David. I'm not going to refute that. But George is Larry David. I write stories on and off and have tons of character sheets saved in my notes. I know it's really tame, but I'm super self-conscious of my writing. Mayo. Same. When I'm writing I tilt my laptop screen down, even in my own home, and I'm completely alone. They're gonna see my writings. Who are they? I don't know, just them. I never let anyone read my stories. I mean, what if they thought I wasn't any good? I just don't think I could take that kind of rejection. I guess it's pretty hard for somebody to understand. I don't know why I can handle rejection in every other way except for writing. Make fun of my dancing, my art, my acting, my singing, my fashion. But if you make fun of the stories I want to tell, my heart couldn't take it. Unfinished drawings. Especially the ones where people kiss. I could be drawing my spouse and I kissing, and I die inside if anyone, even if he, saw it. Opposite non-porn. Kissing is pornographic! Exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point 11 exclamation point exclamation point. One side note. I don't blame you for leaving them unfinished. Drawing people kissing is oddly hard. Well, at least it's not hand holding. That'd be way too NSFW. Jesus Christ. Did you really have to mention that? It's sick. I bet you want to be called by your first name too, you dirty ass. It's my phone, but my notes app. Same. So much same. I even password protect / lock them just in case. No one is on my laptop / phone but me. I'm just embarrassed and, apparently, irrationally fearful the big scary backquote they will find them. I've also always been a backquote list maker lol. Can you relate? Yes. My notes app is a glimpse into the utter chaos that is my innermost thoughts and daily struggles. Long essays in preparation for internet arguments I'm too afraid to have when the opportunity presents itself. Random Reddit comments I like and want to have access to even if they get deleted or removed. News articles and studies I thought were interesting. Recipes I want to try. The full text of the US Constitution / Declaration of Independence. And snippets of the Communist Manifesto and Churchill speeches. Poems by T.S. Eliot and W.B. Yeats and Whitman. Luong rants about things that pee me off online and in real life. It goes from grandma to Ted Kaczynski real fast. Sweet baby bacon. I'm so glad it's not just me. My notes app is ridiculous. McAfee antivirus. Lol, more like McAfee virus. It came with my brand new PC. Should I be worried? McAfee is pretty well known to be extremely bloated and kind of take over your system to the point where it affects the performance of other programs. I don't use Windows. But if you do, I'd recommend Windows Defender plus Malwarebytes for on-demand scans if you suspect something bad, plus a good ad blocker for your browser. Any recommendations for an ad blocker? Free would be preferable, but it makes sense if there's no good ones. I have notes of something I should have said in an argument for me to win it. There are 3 songs I wrote as a teenager. At the time, I thought they were awesome. I recently listened to them again. Not so much. It turns out that lo-fi generic techno with pre-made loops and random sounds scattered throughout isn't very good. In the grand scheme of things, the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating it so. Antonego, Ratatouille. My art from 2016 to 2018. Why that period? Specifically, all of it is just terrible and cringy. My art is still terrible, but I at least like to believe it's not cringy. I believe all artists think their early work is cringy, only because they themselves find it so, because of how much they've improved. I also would bet that your art is not terrible. Self-analysis is always the harshest. This is sweet, but I went through a furry pin-up art stage before I knew furries were a thing. My early art was definitely cringy. I wrote a Winnie the Pooh fanfiction called The 100 Acre Hood. It mostly involved Pooh's raging diabetes and his incessant for medical grade honey. The bees committed many acts of police brutality. They said embarrassing, not groundbreaking. My Word doc titled Passwords with all my passwords. Have you considered renaming it Not Passwords, thus providing a brilliant misdirection were anyone to look at your computer? My YouTube history showing how many times I've fallen for a Rickroll. My friend, just wait until I show you this video on how to never be Rickrolled again.